Well, I get to talk about Capcom and I'm sick. My life's just great, isn't it? So, we get to talk about the latest Capcom controversy. Really, it's more of a response to controversy. You guys know my whole deal on Street Fighter Cross Tekken. No real need to dive into that cesspool of fanboyism again. But, it seems that the producer has felt the need to respond like they do to all their other BS. And, let me just go on a record and say that this isn't the worst response that they've had. The worst one was definitely Mega Man. That was just like... that was just a slap to the fans' face. You know, it's just like, they're just doing this like, oh, you want a Mega Man? Oh, well, too bad, because we're not letting you have it. Yeah, so that was the worst, but this is just stupid. I don't understand this. So, basically what happened is, if you don't know, the producer of Street Fighter Cross Tekken, he learned that, you know, people had hacked the disc and got all the characters that were on the disc, but they were making it DLC later. And he said that he was disappointed, but he felt it was kind of cool for the hackers to do that. Like, he was impressed, you know, that they could do that. But he was like, oh, well, this means that some people have the characters and some don't. Oh, boo-hoo. Yeah, I feel so sorry for Capcom. Oh, boo-hoo, Capcom. Oh, don't you just hate those little hackers that get what they paid for? Oh, those stupid little people. I mean, really, Capcom, how stupid do you think people are? I'm sorry, but if I bought something, I'm going to get everything I got out of that game. If I knew how to hack games, I would do it. I would get everything that was on that disc for myself and not pay you a dime of it. And I would, actually, if I could, I would buy your games and not really give you any of the money. Of course, you'd have to go to GameStop to do that, and they're greedy too, so there's no real alternative for that. But yeah, you know, Capcom, when you say things like this, you're just idiots. Now, for those of you who will say, oh, well, you're just being an idiot, no one believes you, you're not making a difference, blah, blah, blah. Well, I actually decided to go on Capcom's Wikipedia page yesterday, you know, to see, like, if this was changing anything, like all these dislike content, people getting pissed off. Turns out there's actually a whole section on their page just for the critical responses, you know, like people getting mad at them, the controversy. And it says, excuse me guys, their Better Business Bureau went from an A+ to a B. We dropped down 3 points just because of Street Fighter Cross Tekken and Asura's Wrath. People complaining. There were, 43 complaints. I guess that would be official complaints to Capcom. Interesting. So that does say that we are making a difference. But Capcom's response to this is, and this is a quote, while Capcom is sorry that some of the fans are unhappy about the chosen method of delivery of the DLC, we believe that this method will provide more flexible and efficient gameplay throughout the game's life cycle. There is efficiently no distinction between the DLC being locked behind the disc and available for unlocking at a later date, or being available through a full download at a later date other than delivery mechanism. So basically, they're being like, oh, well, we put it on the disc, but it's just the same as us releasing another game. Oh, there's not enough face palms right now. I don't have enough hands, what can I say? So, to illustrate further what I'm saying, for those of you who don't really have a brain and you can't comprehend anything I'm saying, let me just say this, and then hopefully you'll take this out of the video, okay? The customer relationship with Capcom is like an abusive husband to his wife. The wife, being the customer, really loves her husband. She's loyal, she's trustful, she does everything he says. And then the husband, he feels kind of pissed off, and he beats her continuously. And then he says, okay, now do everything I ask you to do. Now the wife, loving the husband, still decides to do it. But eventually the wife gets tired of it when it gets done over and over and over again. And that is what's happening right now. Now for those of you who decide to stay in the abusive relationship with Capcom, well, I don't know what to tell you. But if you're smart, you'll get out of it. And you know, people will say, oh, well, just shut up, NexGenStriker. You're just ruining it for all the people. You don't have to buy it. No one's forcing you to buy it, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? I mean, why would you support this business practice? It's so outdated, and you say that they need to make money. Well, guess what? Every other developer out there does not do this. No one does this except Capcom. Now there's the occasional DLC BS with companies, but not very often, and with very, very few ones. And usually with businesses like Activision or EA, you know, the ones you kind of expect. So, I mean, it's mainly just Capcom. So why not get mad? I'm a customer, I buy their stuff. I mean, how would you feel if you went to McDonald's and you ordered I don't know, a quarter pounder with a medium fry meal and a drink, and all you got was the quarter pounder, and then you had to pay them extra for the rest of your meal? When you get pissed off, I would be pissed off, just saying. So yeah, that's all I had to say, guys. One last thing I'd like to address. I know some of you are probably wondering why I haven't talked about this yet. I did post it in a bulletin on YouTube and Facebook, but there was something that happened about Resident Evil 6. There's actually been a lot of DLC things, and I'm sure you guys are wondering why I haven't talked about that. Well, it's not because I'm so in love with the game that I'm blinded or whatever. It's because this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. And trust me, there's going to be more, and when it comes out, I'm going to hammer them for it. So don't worry, there will be more, and when it comes out, I'll be on it. So, that's all I had for you guys. Subscribe, like, sorry, I had to keep coughing, and I'm kind of monotone today, but, you know, can't help it. Gotta keep trucking on and doing stuff. So, see you guys later.